Welcome back to Cord Cutting today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today. The fourth largest cable TV company is moving away from traditional cable to start embracing more streaming and moving their customers to streaming. We'll tell you what's happening. The FCC wants to make it illegal for apartment complexes to force people to pay for internet from a particular internet provider by bundling it into their rent. They want to give people the ability to pick their own services. We'll tell you what's happening here, who this all applies to, and more. And lastly, Spectrum has finally brought ESPN Plus for free to some of its customers, but there's some catches here. We're going to let you know what those catches are, what you need to be aware of. These stories and a whole lot more coming up here in a second. First though, if you're new here, you can find a link to each story I talk about in the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment, so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinion. I'd love to hear from you. If you're been here a while and you want to help us, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people. With that said, let's dive into it, starting off with the fourth largest cable TV company is going all in on streaming. They're launching a streaming version of their cable TV packages in all areas. Now, Optimum Cable, parent company Atlas USA, has for some time now offered streaming in a handful of markets. Now they're going to be bringing their streaming TV service to more people. Now, a few benefits here. You can just download their app on many popular streaming players. You can also buy one of their Android TV powered streaming players. That means they don't need to send somebody to your home to switch you over. You can just do it yourself, log into your account, and you're good. Now, they're not the only ones. Spectrum's also doing this. Spectrum's now pushing their streaming service first, replacing their traditional cable television package as their main focus. But why are these companies doing it? Well, there's a few things here. For one, it's cost. It's cheaper to do this. They don't have to maintain older streaming or TV platforms too. They can just do streaming. That allows them to save money. They don't have to send a customer out to your, or a truck out to your home to install your television. You can just get mailed a cable box, plug it in, connect it to your Wi-Fi, and you're off and running. But also, this allows them to focus 100% on internet. They're not splitting that copper cable coming into your home between multiple different types of feeds. You don't have that TV feed and then internet. It can all just be internet someday once they move 100% over. Now, this is becoming a growing trend. It's expected many more companies, it's rumored, are building their own similar streaming platform, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, Optimum is the brand they operate under. Atlas USA is the fourth largest cable TV company. So we got the number one largest in Spectrum and number 4 largest in Atlas USA doing this. You also got DirecTV pushing their DirecTV via internet as one of their main focuses also. So keep a very close eye on this, but slowly we're moving away from traditional cable to streaming. All right, the FCC is proposing new rules that will ban apartment complexes and potentially HOAs from forcing you to pay for internet. I wish this also included television, but right now the current wording says that if you're renting or you have a building or dwelling where the complex is forcing you to get internet through a single provider, that would become illegal. You'll be able to decide if you want to join it or not. Increasingly, it's becoming very popular for cable companies to strike partnerships with HOAs and apartment complexes to offer their phone, internet, and television all bundled into a single service. Now, it's very possible to see this in the future become illegal under these proposed rules that would say, hey, you would have the option to opt out of that. For example, you wanted to get T-Mobile home internet or a competitor service, you should have the ability to do it. Interestingly, this does not apply to the phone side and does not apply to the TV side. They could still do it. For cable TV companies, these are very important. They bring millions of customers to cable TV companies. Arguably, maybe one of the ways those companies are still staying afloat. Now, with this new proposed change here, HOAs, and specifically apartments, I should say, would not be allowed to strike deals. Now, these are so important. Spectrum actually last year sued an HOA that tried to break free, saying they didn't do it the right way to force them to continue to offer their package. We'll keep a close eye on that story. But look for this to become more and more popular to crack down on this, because it's so many people trapped into paying for cable television, cable internet, and cable phone service because of where they live. And it's very possible they moved somewhere. We've heard from multiple apartment residents. They moved in, and then they got notice at the renewal that, hey, your price is going up and cable TV is now bundled. It's becoming more popular than ever. All right, Spectrum last year struck a deal with Disney that allowed them to drop some Disney channels, but in exchange they'll get Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. That's finally happening, but it's only for specific packages. Into the Spectrum TV Select Plus base are the ones going to get ESPN Plus for free. If you're in other packages, lower end packages, you are not going to get ESPN Plus for free through Spectrum, which I'm sure is going to upset many people. They were expecting to get this with their Spectrum TV packages. Fortunately, you're out of luck. The ESPN Plus package for Spectrum is only in that specific Spectrum TV Select Plus customers right now. Now, with that though, you would get free access to ESPN Plus. We'll keep a close eye on this, but again, only for select customers, not quite the deal many people had hoped that would be. If you're a Comcast internet customer, you may be seeing a speed bump effective probably by the time you're watching this video or shortly thereafter. Millions of Comcast customers on their Connect More, Fast, and Xfinity prepaid are getting speed boost. The prepaid one's pretty significant, going from 50 down to 200 down on their prepaid. Connect goes from 75 to 155 down. Connect More from 200 to 300, and Fast from 400 to 500. These speeds are rolling out nationwide, and if you're not live yet, they say very soon Comcast will have faster internet speeds where you live. This comes as Comcast is seeing a huge impact on Americans unsubscribing from the service to move to new competitors like 5G home internet. One of the things Comcast can do is offer faster internet to try to compete with it, and I think that's the big driver behind this. They're saying, hey, we need to be able to differentiate ourselves from all these ones out there. We saw that 5G home internet gained millions of subscribers in 2023. At the same time, cable companies overall surprisingly lost subscribers for the first time in a very recent memory for internet subscribers. But keep an eye on this. I don't think this is the end of their efforts to try to convince people to stick with cable rather than going to other options like 5G home internet. All right, if you're an Apple TV Plus, my apologies. Good news, Friday night MLB games are once again coming back to Apple TV Plus, starting off with a doubleheader on March 29th. You can find full details, but once again, there'll be select MLB games streaming exclusively on Apple TV Plus in 2024. If you're looking for a deal, Roku has a great spring sale to get you ready for the upcoming spring season. You can get the Roku Stick 4K for just $39.99, and you can get the Roku Ultra for $79. These are great deals if you want to find them. Show the link in the show notes down below for some great Roku deals. That's our deal of the day. If you're a Paramount Plus customer, you may see some price hikes, but probably not soon. But the CFO of Paramount has said they do expect in the future to see price hikes. According to a quote from a recent speech he gave at Morgan Stanley Media and Telecom Conference, or maybe fireside chat may be a better way to describe that. They said, when we look at the business going forward, we do anticipate future price increases when asked about Paramount's streaming services. I think that's a foregone conclusion. The cost of making content is going up, the cost of buying content from third parties is going up, and that's similar problems that cable TV is facing is the constant demand to pay more for content, driving up the costs on end users. We're seeing that impact streaming. Though they don't say when, and there's some debate if it will be this year or not. They just raised the price last year. Though it wouldn't surprise me to see $1 or so price hike. We'll keep a very close eye on it. And speaking of trying to keep costs down, Warner Bros. Discovery has been on a trend of shutting things down and canceling projects to save money. And now the long-known Rooster Teeth company is being shut down. Currently owned by Warner Bros. Discovery. It's very popular for online media like Red vs. Blue, especially in the video game community. A lot of YouTube content made by them and put in other places too is going to be shut down. Now, there will be, yesterday from when I'm recording this, or today when I'm recording, yesterday from when you're watching it, a final live stream. We're unsure exactly how much content will still come out that's been finished, just waiting to hit the channels. And it's unsure at the time I'm recording this if this will be just deleting everything or if it's just going to stay online. There has been a trend of just deleting channels mysteriously instead of just letting them sit there and get views from what they can get. Now, the Rooster Teeth Podcast Network will continue, and that is reportedly up for sale, and they hope to sell that. But that will only continue if they can find new owners in a reasonable amount of time. Online content is tough. A bunch of things. For one, much like very popular shows, very popular old streaming platform or medias eventually get old, and the staff either just get tired of it or decide it's time to move on and do something else. So we see many popular shows and in their prime, like Seinfeld and Cheers and others out there. Well, that's kind of hitting streaming. But also it's the fact that many of these companies are losing money, and Warner Bros. Discovery has decided to cut their losses and shut that down. With this, it always changes. You never know what's going to happen, but look for more of these to come very soon. I don't think Warner Bros. Discovery is done shutting down things in the near future. All right, let's dive into it. Starting off with our question of the day. If you have a question for me you want me to answer, leave me a comment down below in the first pin or in reply to the first pin comment, or just in general. Start off with something like a question for Luke, so I know it's something you want me to answer. Today's question is, Luke, do you think that all cable TV companies might do away with cable boxes and use their own streaming players and just put out a cable TV app available on streaming devices? Well, yeah, we just talked about that. We have Spectrum doing that. We have Atlas, through their Optimum brand, the fourth largest to do it. And we're seeing DirecTV push the customers to DirecTV Stream. I do believe we're going to continue to see this. A couple things. A lot of smart companies will probably just completely get rid of TV service and partner with things like YouTube TV, DirecTV Stream, and others. But we'll probably continue to see things like Spectrum launching the Xumo player as their default streaming device. It, like I talked about earlier, allows them to stop maintaining older legacy equipment, allows them to put all their effort into their internet service, and they don't have to send customers or a truck out to your customer to install a cable TV box when they can just ship you a Wi-Fi box, you connect to the Wi-Fi, you log in, and you're on your way. So I do think that will happen eventually. When? Probably not this year for all, but sooner than we may anticipate. I think more and more cable TV companies will move away from traditional cable boxes and push people to streaming players. Well, there you go. There's my thoughts. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. We're going to be back again with another video real soon, and we'll be back on Monday with another Cord Cutting Today. Thank you so much for your support. Over 8,000 new subscribers in the last month. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. We'll be back again here real soon. Take care. Be safe. Have a fantastic weekend.